Hello everybody and welcome back to SFF180. It is Monday morning, January the 21st. January is just sailing by, isn't it? Anyway, Thomas here and welcome back. Time once again for the mailbag. Well, pretty average little haul this week. Not too bad, so we're going to get into it and see what we have. Nothing really in the way of announcements this week. Oh wait, well yeah, there is. I do have announcements. First off, next Monday, I'm going to kind of cheat here and do an announcement for the announcement. But yes, the Booktube SFF Awards are back. And we'll be doing the formal announcements. Next Monday, we have some new judges this year. So, we're going to get into it again. So get ready and, participate, please. It can't happen without you guys, right? Another thing that can't happen without you guys are, of course, the Hugos. And as I said last week, the Hugo nomination period is open right now if you are, at the very least, a supporting member of Worldcon, or if you were a member of Worldcon last year, the San Jose Worldcon, you can nominate. And as always, yours truly is Hugo eligible for Fancast. Just saying. I'm just saying. Okay, well anyway, without any further ado and time wasting and gobbledygook, let's get on with these books, shall we? Okie dokie, this first one comes from the fine folks at Random Penguin. And we're going to start out with one that I think looks really, really cool. This comes out February the 5th from an imprint called One World. I don't know if that is a new Random Penguin imprint or what. But this is an anthology called A People's Future of the United States, riffing on A People's History of the United States, of course. The editors are Victor Laval, all right, and John Joseph Adams. And it is speculative fiction from 25 extraordinary writers. A glittering landscape of 25 speculative stories that challenge oppression and imagine new futures for America, from N.K. Jemisin, Charles Yu, Jamie Ford, G. Willow Wilson, Charlie Jane Anders, Hugh Howey, and more. Let's see. Editors Victor Laval and John Joseph Adams invited an extraordinarily talented group of writers to share stories that explore new forms of freedom, love, and justice. They asked for narratives that would challenge oppressive American myths, release us from the chokehold of our history, and give us new futures to believe in. Right on. Okay. Well then, they also asked that the stories be badass. Okay. Well then. The result is this extraordinary collection of 25 tales that blend the dark and the light, the dystopian and the utopian. These tales are vivid with struggle and hardship, whether it's the othered and the oppressed or dragon riders and covert commandos, but these characters don't flee, they fight. All right then. It's a gift for anyone who believes in our power to dream a just world. And the authors are, let's see, anybody else? Who else would you know? That some names that I'm not familiar with, which is always really good, but then there's also Ashot K. Banker, Tobias Buckle, Tananarive Due, Omar El Akkad, Maria Devana Headley, Justina Ireland, Shauna McGuire, Sam J. Miller, Daniel Jose Older, Malka Older, Amer Crostad, Catherine Valente, Daniel H. Wilson, and some other names as well. All right then, A People's Future of the United States. Looks pretty exciting. Comes out February the 5th. Okay, well that is a good start to the week. Let's see, we now have a Macmillan package, maybe a Tor book, maybe something else. And next up, it is from Tor. This is a book by James Allen Gardner, and it is the second in a series of sort of superhero riffs that he's doing. It's a book called They Promised Me the Gun Wasn't Loaded, and it's the sequel to All Those Explosions Were Someone Else's Fault, okay? And it's all set in the League of Peoples universe, apparently. Only days have passed since a freak accident granted 4 college students superhuman powers. Now Jules and her friends, who haven't even picked out a name for their superhero team yet, get caught up in the hunt for a mad genius's misplaced super weapon. But when Jules falls in with a modern-day Robin Hood and his band of superpowered merry men, she finds it hard to sort out the good guys from the bad guys and to figure out which side she truly belongs on, especially since nobody knows exactly what the gun does. Okay then, so if you like witty, knowing superhero riffs, this one came out forever ago, Tor. This one came out November 6th. 2.5 months ago, this has been out. Thanks for finally getting it to me, guys. I appreciate it. All right, then. From Tor Books, They Promised Me the Gun Wasn't Loaded. These days, I'm just getting Tor books whenever I get them. This one, though, is from Random Penguin. Heavy little package. Let's see what it is. All right, this one looks kind of exciting. This is a new book by Daniel Suarez, who had a book a couple of years ago called Change Agent, I believe, in which I was sent and I meant to read. You know how it is. And I do still intend to read. I really should get around to it. But his new one is called Delta V, and it's available April the 23rd. And it says, Suarez takes readers on a gripping voyage with a team of adventurers into deep space on an asteroid mining mission, a project funded by private investors and commissioned by a mysterious tech billionaire, a theme at the top of the public imagination, right, in the age of SpaceX and Elon Musk, of course. Okay, when cave diver James Tye receives an invitation to billionaire Nathan Joyce's private island, he thinks it must be a mistake. But Tye's unique skill set makes him a prime candidate for Joyce's high-risk venture to mine a near-Earth asteroid, with the goal of kickstarting an entire off-world economy. The potential rewards and personal risks are staggering, but the competition is fierce and the stakes couldn't be higher. As the second age of exploration begins, Tye and his fellow adventurers intend to alter the trajectory of human civilization or die trying. Okay? And then I imagine that complications ensue, right? Because there's no way you're going to go after an asteroid in space and not have the asteroid hit back, I suspect. But anyway, Delta V sounds like the kind of hard SF adventure I really like. So it comes out April the 23rd. Let me know in the comments. All right, and this next one is a new Random Penguin package, and I kind of know what's in it because there's a big sticker on this side of the envelope that just tells me, all right? But I'm not going to show it to you, I'm just going to show you the book. This is called Recursion, and it's a new book by Blake Crouch, author of Dark Matter, which is a book that got a mixed reception, shall we say. As you see, it's kind of shiny, kind of cool. All right then. Well, Recursion, which is out June 11th from Crown Books, it says it's part thriller, part science fiction with a deeply human story of love and family at its heart. All right then. In this tension-packed thriller that is propelled by very real cutting-edge science, Crouch asks his readers to ponder the question, what if you could rewrite your entire life? Which sounds a lot like Dark Matter, actually. As the story opens, we learn of an epidemic sweeping the country, dubbed false memory syndrome. It strikes without warning and upends the lives of those infected. Imagine waking up with vivid recollections of another life, of spending decades with a husband or wife who now doesn't recognize you, of raising a beloved child who, in fact, was never born. Unable to reconcile these memories with their current reality, many victims of FMS have been driven to suicide. The lucky ones only lose their minds. But this is not a novel about an outbreak. What lurks behind FMS is something far stranger and more mind-bending than any disease. It's a force that affects not just memories, but the past. And with its effects rapidly spreading, not just sanity, but reality itself is starting to crumble. Desperately standing against this threat are our two heroes. One, Barry Sutton, is an ex-NYC cop who's driven to discover the truth about the disease after one of its victims kills herself in front of his eyes, and who quickly begins to wonder if he himself is infected too. The other, Helena Smith, is a brilliant neuroscientist who's devoted her life to preserving memory against the ravages of time and disease, inventing a device that will let us store and relive our most precious moments at will. Her invention has consequences that she never imagined, but that also make her the one person who can grasp the incredible truth behind the threat of FMS. Together they'll race to confront this deadly force as the world and their personal histories shift and change around them, knowing they may already be too late to turn back the clock on its apocalyptic effects. Okay, well, this sounds really ambitious, and, it is in development by Netflix as both a feature film and multiple TV series. Read Recursion before it becomes the next Bird Box, I suppose is the message here. But the book comes out June the 11th from Crown by Blake Crouch. Let me know in the comments. And we have two more packages this week, and they both come from Bloomsbury. Bloomsbury. I like that name for a publisher. Bloomsbury. Sounds all very sophisticated, don't you know? All right then, first one. Let's see what we have. Woof. All right, well, the first of these is the finished copy. Kind of early, seems like, actually. The finished copy of The Priory of the Orange Tree, which comes out February the 26th. All right, then. This is a tome, so before it breaks my wrist, I'm just going to point out once again that this is all about, girls fighting dragons. trying to save their kingdom, as 'twere. The House of Breathnet has ruled Innis for 1,000 years from the time a world-destroying dragon, known as the Nameless One, and his brethren were vanquished from the kingdom. Still unwed, Queen Sabrin IX must conceive a daughter to protect her realm from the return of the Nameless One, but her court is divided, there is rioting in the streets, and assassins are getting closer to her door. And then there are other characters, and, there's a world rife with conflict, and dragons are happening, and it's all going to be very, very exciting. And it goes on for something like 850 pages. So, available February the 26th from Bloomsbury, The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. And this final package contains a couple of YA titles from Bloomsbury. All right. And the first of these is The Wren Hunt by Mary Watson. And this actually came out a while back. It says November the 6th for this one. Okay. That's all right. It says, thrilling, atmospheric, and filled with ancient magic, this lyrically written YA debut is perfect for readers of The Raven Cycle and Wink Poppy Midnight. Once a year, Wren is chased through the woods near her rural Ireland hometown in a warped version of a childhood game. Her pursuers belong to the Judges, a group in control of an ancient powerful magic they stole from her own people, the Augurs. But they know nothing of her real identity. If they learned the truth, the game would surely turn deadly. Though she knows the risks, Wren also goes on the hunt, taking a dangerous undercover assignment as an intern at enemy headquarters, the Harkness Foundation. If she can uncover a long-buried secret, she can save her family and end the Judge's reign once and for all. But as the web of lies, deceit, and betrayal thickens around Wren, she hurtles towards a truth that threatens to consume her and reveal who she really is. Not only has she come to the attention of powerful Judge Cassa Harkness, but she is also falling dangerously in love, of course, with the one person she shouldn't, and she may need to decide which she'd rather lose, her heart or her life. Okay, spellbinding, YA debut, etc., etc. YAs just have to throw the love story in. They just have to. They can't help themselves. All right. I guess they're just going for what the fans want, I suppose. But anyway, The Wren Hunt, gorgeous cover, is available now from Bloomsbury in hardcover. And finally, also from Bloomsbury, we have The Girl King by Mimi Yu. This came out on January the 8th. Two sisters become unwitting rivals in a war to claim the title of emperor in this richly imagined Asian-inspired fantasy for fans of Renee Ahdieh and Saba Tahir. Okay. And I guess if you're saying to yourself, but hey, Thomas, wouldn't a girl king just be a queen? Well, I suspect that there's a very good reason why she's called a girl king and not a queen. So let's find out. Sisters Lu and Min have always known their places as the princesses of the Empire of the First Flame. The eldest, assertive Lu, will be named her father's heir and become the dynasty's first female ruler, while timid Min will lead a quiet life in Lu's shadow. Then their father names their male cousin Set the heir instead, throwing both girls' lives into chaos. Determined to reclaim her birthright, Lu is forced to flee, leaving Min to face the volatile court alone. Lu crosses paths with Nokhai, the lone unlikely survivor of the decimated Ashina, nomadic wolf shapeshifters. Nok never learned to shift, and he has no trust for the empire that killed his family, but working with the princess might be the key to unlocking his true power. As Lu and Nok form a tenuous alliance, Min's own hidden power awakens, a forbidden deadly magic that could secure Set's reign, or allow her to claim the throne herself. But there can only be one emperor, and the sisters' greatest enemy could very well turn out to be each other. Told in three distinct points of view, this first book in a sweeping fantasy series weaves a story of ambition, betrayal, and sacrifice. Okay, well that sounds like it might just be the ticket if you are a fan of Asian-inspired fantasy. The Girl King came out January the 8th, available now in hardcover from Bloomsbury. And there you have it. That's what we've got for the mailbag this week. You guys know the drill. Light up those comments. Let me know which of these looks most interesting and exciting to you, which you would like to see me prioritize for review. Otherwise, if you enjoyed watching, please hit the like button, share the video far and wide with all of your SFF reading friends, and above all, please subscribe. If you have not done so, that is how the channel grows, getting close to 6K. All right, you can also support the channel at my TeePublic store and at my Patreon, where recruits into Wink's Army get little perks like getting to see some of these videos early. I want to thank all of those folks for their incredibly helpful little $2 a month. It is so incredibly helpful. I can't even begin to tell you. Thank you so much, and I want to thank all the rest of you for being the very best viewers in all of Booktube. And until I see you all next time, happy reading.